Hi, Gran. I'm seeing a therapist. She's kind of like Diane Keaton. Diane Keaton, Gran. A really nice white lady, got salt and pepper hair, dresses kind of mannish, but she's Jewish. Does that help? I know I can always talk to Jesus. Oh, Anderson Cooper is coming on. All right, then, I know you gotta go. I want to talk about my dad. I told him I'm seeing a therapist. Oh, I don't know why I told him. What I do know is that he's disturbed. Nicole, you meaning you're telling someone our secrets and she's white? I tried to see a black therapist, you know. You're not the first therapist I tried to see. What a fucking disaster. I am so sorry about that. Look, I'm turning it off. Freaking kids. Between the kids and my customers, everybody thinks they own me. But did you hear what I was talking about before? I was talking to my manager. I was telling her about this new listing I'm bringing in. I mean, if this goes through, I might be able to stay in the vineyard this year for a month. And you'll never believe how I got it. Through my aunt in Canada. Another frigging country. I mean, truth be told, another freaking continent. So my aunt goes on this trip to Africa, right? She meets this black doctor there. And she starts talking about him. She says, oh, he's so amazing. His wife has MS, and he picks her up and carries her wherever her wheelchair can't go. She can't stop talking about the brother. Totally Obama-ized him. Oh, you don't know what Obama-ized is? Okay, so Obama-ized. That's when a black man does what he's supposed to do. When he marries a black woman, stays faithful, takes care of his kids, has no outside babies, and keeps a job. All of a sudden, he's Barack. The friggin' second coming. So anyway, she finds out that he's from New York and that he lives in Clinton Hill. And she tells him that she has a niece that lives in Clinton Hills and is a realtor. And voila, he needs to sell his brownstone. It turns out I know this guy. Of course. How many black doctors live in Clinton Hill, have a wife with MS, and some kids? I mean, there are only 44 people in the black middle class, and we all know each other. My mother came to visit me for the first time since I lived in the new house. That is one crazy Jamaican. You know what the first thing she says to me is? Nicole, why you move around here? She's lucky she didn't come in the summer when they be out there fighting and beating their kids and playing music till the wee hours of the morning. And I gotta call the police. I mean, there's some evenings we drive up and my daughter says, Mommy, it looked like it's gonna be a 911 night. I could have said to her, you know, you had us living in some strange places too. Like once, I went back home to live with my mother, my stepfather, and all his kids. And they didn't even have a house phone. So I had to go to the corner to use the payphone. So I'm on the corner talking to my best friend, right? Yeah, Mitzi. Yeah, girl, blah, blah. And they didn't even have a phone. So the next thing I hear a banging on the phone. Clang, clang, clang. Clang, clang, clang. What's wrong with you, fool? Don't you see I'm trying to talk on the phone? Mitzi, this fool got himself a cleaver. So the kid stays there. And I'm scared, right? But I know you can't show fear. So I turn around and I slam the cleaver with the phone. I was like, what's wrong with you? You know who you messing with? You know who my mother is, who my father is? All the while I'm backing up down the street. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then I run into the house. And I'm crying. And my mother's like, Nicole, what's wrong with you? I was in the corner. You didn't pay for it. You ain't got a phone in your house. And some guy threatened me with a cleaver. A cleaver? A cleaver? Hold on. And she goes behind her stove and pulls out the biggest fucking machete you've ever seen in your life. I'm talking about like a cutlass that they used to cut sugar cane in Jamaica. How she got this into the country, only God knows. So she says, threaten my picnic. I'm gonna fix him. Come. should have nothing to say about my bloody neighbors. I mean, if that bum left the corner, I'd miss him. He watches my car. He tells me I look good when I feel like shit. I mean, the nerve of her to look down on my neighbors or me. You know, and it's bad enough some of them think I'm a sellout. Am I a sellout? I can't believe you would even ask me something like that. No! I'm not a sellout. Does it matter? Of course it matters. I can't have my people thinking I'm not one of them. I can't have them thinking I'm here to sell their homes from underneath them. I'd sell out. I can't even believe you would even say something like that. Remember that listing? The one my aunt got for me? Well, this family is ideal. They're like the friggin' Huxtables. No, they better than the Huxtables. They like the Huxtables 2.0. So I get the keys, and I go into the place. This place is great. It got great bones. I'm gonna help the fucking Huxtables. Me. I mean, I'll fix it up and get top dollar for it, even in a crazy market. I'm telling you, this is what real estate can be about, fulfilling the dream. My job has meaning. There is honor in real estate. I mean, the money's gonna be great. Hell, I got tuition to pay. At this new private school, I feel so out of my depth sometimes. At least at the old school, I understood their residual slave mentality and where it came from. But this is some old new stuff. Residual slave mentality. That's when black folks work against their own best interest in order to prove something to themselves or to someone else. Let me illustrate. So we started a charter school there. We who got picked have to form this PTA. So we all go to this meeting and everybody's throwing out their ideas. So I get up and I say, I think the first thing we need is, an order, a structure, like a president, a vice president, and such. So then I hear, so I turn around and I say, does someone have a better idea? Yes. I don't need no president. I already got me a president. I don't need nobody telling me what to do. So then our lone white parent gets up. I think we need a chain of command. I think we need a director, maybe a vice director, and such. Robert, you're right. We need somebody to tell us what to do. Anyway, I'm voted president, so we're at this meeting to present the bylaws. And I'm doing my thing, my president thing. Oh, I'm so happy everybody came this evening. We worked so hard building community together. And here I am to present the bylaws. Right? And a hand goes up. So I said, yes. Some of us feels left out. Some of us feels like we wasn't part of the process. Some of us, hang on a second. Can we talk after this? Just let me present this to the community. So after the meeting is finished, we meet in the hallway. And my first question is, what's your problem? You've been fighting me the whole way. Oh, that's because some of us feels left out. Some of us feel we weren't part of the process. Some of you feel left out, not part of the process. Oh, there you go again. There you go again. Trying to act all smart. Trying to repeat what somebody got to say so you can make them feel small. What's going on here? I'm just like this lady. But my husband goes, no, you're not. I was like, yes, I am. I could do my neck. Marino says, no, you're not. Because you live in a house. She lives in the projects. You are married. She's a single mom. You drive, she walks. You may not see a difference, but she sure does. Well, it's all downhill from there. I mean, for a fundraiser, I wanted to do a film festival. She wanted to do a fish fry. I mean, I had to make some decisions. I had to get out of there. I mean, I understand when white people don't like you, but when black people don't like you, your own, I mean, that hurts. What did I do to change it? Well, I changed schools. And I started seeing you. Hey, Gran. Oh, this new school, it's some old other stuff. They had a PTA meeting, and on the agenda was country homes. But then this lady gets up, and she's all like, I don't think the kids should be talking about country homes because my son Wally came home and he was really upset because Blake had a country home and Anna had a country home, and I just think it makes the other kids feel bad. Crazy, right, Grant? But that's not it. Another lady gets up. Oh, and she's red and her hands are wringing, and she's like, we have to struggle to buy our country home. And I think if my daughter Emma wants to talk about our country home, she should be able to. I lived on this block called South Portland Avenue. I mean, it was idyllic. Beautiful. Contiguous brownstones going down the block. Big sycamore trees coming up the block. It wasn't like that when we first got there. I mean, when it snowed, the crack vials would sprinkle the snow like sprinkles on ice cream. But we loved it, you know? I mean, it's like it was bohemian, it was black, Spike Lee lived there. And then one spring day, I opened my window and I looked outside and it was none but white people. And so I turned to my husband, I said, Marino, come look at all these white people. I was like, oh my gosh. But then we came downstairs and we got to know them. I mean, these were nice people. Artist types, writers, gay folks. These were good bush-hating white folks. We started to notice a change. Like, you know, people wouldn't say good morning. And where we noticed it the most was at the bodega. Our bodega was a special bodega. It was Ralph's. And when you went into Ralph's, you knew there was ritual involved. There was ceremony. And then one day, I was talking to my friend Sarah. And she says, Nick. I was like, yeah. She says, I don't like these new white people that moved into the neighborhood. I was like, mm-hmm. She said, yeah, they come in and they don't say good morning. I was like, mm-hmm. She said, they expect to be served right away. I was like, mm-hmm. She said, they asked for lattes. What's wrong with the Bustelo? But you know what bugged me out about this conversation? Sarah was white. Then my house, the house that I was renting, goes up for sale. And I just knew it was going to be bought by some big Wall Street banker type. But no, a black lady buys it. I am so excited. I'm filled with that feeling. You know, that communal pride you get when Oprah does something? You know, you're like, yes! One of us! So I'm so excited to meet this lady. And I meet her, and her name's Miss Foster, you know. So I hear an accent. So I said, are you Jamaican? She says, yes. Oh, me too. Oh. Well, I'm not all Jamaican. My mother was Jewish and Indian, and my father was black. I'm buying this house, you know, because I live all the way out in Holbrook, Long Island. And we're the only black family in all of Holbrook, Long Island. And my kids, they'll be living here with me. My daughter's a DA and my son is a chef. He's in Tuscany right now. He's the only black man in all of Tuscany. Nicole, come, I need to talk. How could you live in such a dump? But don't worry, no worries. worries. I'm going to change everything. It's going to look like Versailles. But, that means that things are not going to be so great for you and your family here, especially the babies. There's going to be lots of dust and stuff. But I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to let you and your husband alter your lease. Yeah. And I might even throw in some moving expenses because I see that you don't have much. So I sit down and I said, So I call up a couple people who've been in this situation. Some of them was my white friends. And they told me what to do. So I call her back. Oh, hi, Miss Foster, how are you? This is what we're going to need to move. And these are our expenses. Blah, 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 blah. Well, gone was the stick-up-the-butt patrician. Left in its wake was a fishmonger's wife. I am not buying no house for anybody. Who you think you are? You are just a little black thing. So I kindly hung up the phone on her and called my lawyer. And suffice it to say that Marino and I own our own home on the edge of the neighborhood. I got a buyer for the Huxtable house. And she's all cash. No, not good news. At least not to the fucking Huxtables. They think they should get more. They think that I bamboozled them. They think because the lady who's buying it is black, that she's my friend. And that somehow I'm trying to do her a favor by screwing them. What the hell is wrong with these people? I broke broker rule number 1 and 2. 1, never lend your customers money. 2, never be more invested in the sale than your customers. Yes, I lent them money. The house needs to be cleaned up. And, for me to get great money for it, it had to be staged and it had to look right. So then he says, if I could get a loan or something. So I don't take the bait. I was like, okay, why don't y'all call me back when you figure that one out? So I'm telling my granny about this hustle. And she goes, Nikki, it's not always about you. What do you mean? Sometimes God wants you to shepherd his sheep. But here's the icing on the cake. I think they're in foreclosure. I had to see it on a piece of mail. A foreclosure will definitely complicate the sale. The Huxtable 2.0s are zeros. They're not who I thought they were. And to add insult to injury, I lost my dog. Then the next morning, I get a phone call. Yo, I heard you lost a dog. Who's this? Oh, this is Ghost. I was like, Ghost, where you found the dog? I found it on Clashing in Quincy. I was like, what color is she? Oh my God, that's my dog. Oh my God, you got my dog. I was like, I'll come get her right away. Where are you? I live over on Malcolm X and Green. I was like, I'm coming right now. Right? So I go back to my house and I get the biggest Mexican in the basement. And his name is Fernando. But Fernando got rules. Fernando go, Mommy, you no get out car, okay? I was like, okay. So I drive over to Malcolm X and Green, and I'm there, and I'm thinking to myself, how stupid am I? I am sitting on the corner of Malcolm X and Green in a big fat Lexus with a Mexican and my child. I'm like begging for some shit to happen to me. But then, all of a sudden, coming out of a house, it looked like a shed. It had, like, blankets on the windows and stuff. The gate was all broken. A guy comes out in a red jacket and a hat. And in his arms is my little Yorkie, and she's shaking. Shaking like a leaf. So he comes up to the car, and me and my daughter, we burst into tears, we're crying and whatnot. And he smiles. It's nothing but gold fronts. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much for my dog. I mean, I didn't bring any money with me, but I'll come back. Oh, Ma, no money. Oh, man. Look, just to see you smile, that's payment enough. All right, Ma. All right, peace. I mean, he showed redeemable qualities, right? I'm all messed up. Friggin' Huxtable's ghost. This class shit got me all turned around. My gran is gone. I can't breathe. My old one, my rock, my prayer shawl, my direct line to God. I can't breathe. You know what? I almost canceled today. No, I did. I almost canceled. Yeah. Because I was going to freaking kill somebody. Who was I going to kill? Well, the fucking Huxtables. Yeah, I'm still talking about those friggin' people. I'm all right. I'm almost there. I met this Latina. She is amazing. I mean, she runs a day camp, but you'd think she ran a Fortune 500 company. I mean, Marino and I, we put the kids in a city-run day camp. We call it urban camp. I mean, well, they're around all these people with all this money and stuff, so we thought, we wanted to give them a little balance. Basically some street cred. So we put them in this camp and it's working. I mean, it's working. Our daughter came home, you know what she said? Mommy, I got 2 new friends, July and Essence. And I knew it was gonna be real from the orientation. This lady introduces herself and she goes, hello, everybody. My name is Ruth Hernandez. And this is my camp. Quiet it down, quiet it down. You all need to listen to me, okay? This is orientation. Okay, so the first thing, you need to get your babies here on time, okay? 9 o'clock. If they come 9:05, they go home. Next. You only get 1 t-shirt. Okay? Now, I know it's gonna be stinky, but at night you take it, you put it in the thing, you wash it, and you hang it up. Or you can buy another one for $8. Anybody have any questions? So I put up my hand. So it's like, I noticed on the agenda you don't have any museums or zoos. Oh, mommy, I'm so glad you asked that question. They cut my budget. But guess what? You don't have to worry. Because Ruth is so smart. I went to the rangers in my neighborhood, and I told them about what's going on here. And guess what your kids are going to get here at Camp Command? Can you guess? They are going to have a horse. There will be a horse here at Camp Command. The rangers will bring it, and he will be here. Yeah? And my cousin Larry, he works for a butcher who likes to get his stuff live. And before he takes it to the butcher and he's going to kill it, he's going to bring it here. He's going to bring a cow. There will be a cow here at Camp Command. So you don't have to worry about your children seeing animals or anything like that. They will have a farm. Okay? Next. Then one day I went early to pick up the kids. And she goes, Mommy, oh, I'm so glad you came early. You know your kids, they're so cute. They're so cute. Your son, he's cute. But your daughter, oh my goodness, God bless her. Look, I'm going to give you a sneak peek. We're doing a talent show. I'll give you a sneak peek. Sage, come and bring July and Essence. Do that thing for your mommy. Do that thing for your mommy that you're working on for the talent show. My mama short and fine. She got a butt like mine. And when she cross the street, the cars go beep, beep, beep. Look at that. That is talent. That's talent. They made that themselves. Look at that mommy. So I said to her, Ruth, how do you stay so upbeat? They cut your budget. The kids can't do this. They can't do... So I said, Mommy, look, let me tell you something. When life give you lemons, you make lemonade. Right? So now I don't see need to see you anymore. Because when life gives me lemons, I'm going to make me some lemonade. I'm only joking. I'll be back next week. All right then. Bye-bye.